My name is Mason Ray. I'm a recent graduate of Texas A&M University, and this is my story. And I've been a lifelong member here at First Presbyterian Church in San Antonio. Really, the story behind that comes from my mom being a Catholic and my dad being a Baptist. And before I was even born, we used to have a family business back at home of being a dairy farm. And when my dad would go milk cattle, early in the mornings he'd be listening to podcasts, actually through AM radio, and that being of First Pres. And so they used to go take turns back and forth between the Catholic Church and the Baptist Church every Sunday, and just became a hassle. And then by the time I was born, they really felt comfort here at First Pres. And this church really means a lot to me. Obviously the middle school phase is kind of, as a young man, you're kind of still curious about Christianity and being a member of the Christian faith. And for me, it was a journey because you kind of get tugged to church and you're kind of floating around. Your parents are telling you, hey, you got to come to church with us, come to Sunday school. Never really was involved until I actually took that leap of faith when our church went to the Great Escape. And that's basically a church conference or a kind of a getaway. And this time it was in Colorado in Crested Butte. But for me, going to this Great Escape, it really impacted my life, obviously for many reasons, because that's where I sought Christ and that's where I became a believer. And for me, it was really what stuck out was the story of Zacchaeus, the tax collector. And that's kind of the outline of where I saw myself as a shell and wanted to kind of fill that void and become a man and really accept Christ. It kind of spoke volume to me because that's who I was. I was this person who knew who he was, knew who Jesus was, but really wanted to seek out my own individual faith. And so after hearing that story of Zacchaeus really kind of giving up everything, giving up his wrongdoings to people within his community, saying he wanted to give back to everyone after seeing Jesus, just to be there in front of Jesus' feet and say, God, I give you everything. That really spoke to me. Going through A&M, it's difficult because you have your own challenges, and now I'm in college. I'm an individual for the first time in my life. It's really dependent on what my actions are and what kind of I want to include in my life and what I don't want to include, and it's just my own decisions. I don't have my mom and dad chirping over my shoulders saying, hey, this is what you need to do, this is what you don't need to do. It's me figuring out what my mistakes are. And so for me, it was kind of figuring out, I led a couple Bible studies within my fraternity. I joined different Bible studies as well. I encouraged people to come to Breakaway, but yet I wasn't perfect. I wasn't this perfect college Christian man who kind of came in and be like, I'm on this camp high, I'm ready to serve the Lord in any way. It took time. I'm still uncertain of what my path is. I know I've done a lot when it comes to helping my friends and my peers and being there for my family through the hard times, but it's for me seeking my own individual relationship with Christ, whether that's in Houston, and it could take multiple months finding churches that I can feel plugged into. But that's something that I'm encouraged to seek out because of this relationship I've had with First Pres. And it's something that has happened for, I guess, the last 5 years really. Before I became a college student, I'm not tooting the horn, but Alex was there and was someone who we have deep conversations with. And whenever I was going through those first couple of years of college, Alex was there to be my mentor. He's given me encouragement, and I think it's the community that First Pres has given us, because for me, it's finding that relationship and it's finding that perspective that Alex and the team here at First Pres have really helped me solidify, and it's still that journey that I want to continue. My name is Mason Ray, and I was saved to live, and I live to serve.